अब जबरदस्त दबाव के तहत उनकी ऑपरेशनल टैक्टिक्स और ऑब्जर्वेशनल स्किल्स टेस्ट की जाएंगी।
Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. Okay, so today we are checking out a country that we have not checked out previously, but a lot of y'all wanted me to react to some Indian units. So I gotta say, I don't know a whole lot about the Indian military or India in general. Pretty much my only exposure to India is through like Bollywood movies, and I'm not sure if that's the greatest representation. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Their movies are pretty wild, so we'll see how their military compares to other militaries that we've checked out. Now, checking out the military is nice for us, especially if we don't know a whole lot about the specific country. It gives us a better appreciation for what sort of conflicts they might have been involved in, how their military has evolved from stuff they have gone through previously. I know recently there was like a little skirmish. I don't know how little it was, but a little skirmish between like Chinese and Indian forces, but I don't know the extent of that. So that's pretty much my only exposure in recent history for the Indian military. But today we are checking out the paratroopers. So I guess this is like, their paratroopers are kind of like a special forces commando units. So I'm not sure if they have like specific paratroopers in like their normal army, and then they also have paratroopers specifically for the special forces. So this video is about 14 minutes long, and it comes from Veer by Discovery. So I'm not familiar with this YouTube channel. I've not checked it out previously, but it seems like some pretty high quality footage, so I'm excited to get into it. Again, I hope you guys can appreciate the Christmas decorations. As we are getting closer to Christmas, it's better to start celebrating and all that good stuff. And this is the best way I can sort of do it here in my barracks room in Korea. So yeah, hopefully you guys can appreciate it. But let us get into this video. Should be a little treat. So let's do it. Okay, good start. I love the M81 woodland camouflage too. Okay, well, what the heck was going on there? What's happening? Okay, I thought he was like riding or something just so fast that sparks were flying off of his pen. I don't know what my eyes were trying to convey to me, but all right, let's carry on. Interesting introduction so far. So I'm not sure how much of this is in English, so just bear with me. We're going to be more reacting to what we're seeing.
4 डिग्री सेल्सियस की कड़कड़ाती ठंड है। पैराट्रूपर स्पेशल फोर्सेस बनने की चाह में 16 प्रोबेशनर्स गहरी नींद सो रहे हैं।
So I guess they have like a probationary period or something when they're joining.
हड़बड़ाहट में उठने के बाद ट्रेनिंग टीम उन्हें लाइन में खड़े होने के ऑर्डर्स देती है। पिछले एक हफ्ते में उन्हें हर रात 1 या 2 घंटे की नींद ही नसीब हुई है।
Okay, so I'll say from experience, waking up, especially like it was 2 a.m. there, waking up in the middle of the night is just the worst thing. I mean, when you're in like training or when you're doing like actual operations, it is what it is. You kind of just deal with it and your adrenaline takes over. But when you're going through like any sort of selection process or any sort of like military training, when you get woken up, it just, I don't know, it just really throws you out of your groove, because sleep becomes one of those only things you can rely on as far as like generally staying the same or generally remaining enjoyable. But when you get woken up out of your sleep, then you're just going to be super flustered all the time.
वो पहले ही दिमाग और शरीर से थक कर चूर हैं, लेकिन असली मुसीबत अभी आना बाकी है। ये प्रोबेशन के बेहद मुश्किल 36 घंटे के स्ट्रेस फेज की शुरुआत है। इसमें प्रोबीस से बार-बार रूटीन एक्सरसाइजेस कराई जाएंगी, जब तक कि कोई हार नहीं मान लेता।
36 आवर्स के अंदर इनको सोने नहीं दिया जाता है, अब पूरा फिजिकली और मेंटली हर चीज का स्ट्रेस इनके ऊपर डाला जाता है।
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I've never really seen like Indian uniforms, so I don't know what this means. He might, I guess that's like just his parachutist wings. I'm pretty sure I've seen dudes in the US military have these, because I guess they can get the Indian parachute like requirement or do that. He's got his wings right here, and yeah, his ribbon. So okay, that's interesting. I've never seen like ribbons on a camouflage uniform like that. But okay, I'm just getting distracted at this point. So right now they're going through a stress phase. So let's check it out.
उन्हें नहीं दिया जाता है अब पूरा फिजिकली और मेंटली हर चीज़ का स्ट्रेस इनके ऊपर डाला जाता है।
इसके दो मकसद है, एक तो हमें पता चलता है कि उसका ब्रेकिंग पॉइंट क्या है, दूसरा इंडिविजुअल को ये पता चल जाता है कि मैं यहाँ तक स्ट्रेस ले सकता हूँ।
30 किलो के बैकपैक्स या बैटल लोड्स प्रोबेशनर्स के लिए तैयार कर दिए गए हैं।
Yep, heavy weight is never fun.
उस समय आपके साथ एक ट्रेनर नॉन पैरा वॉलंटियर फॉर्म लेकर चलेगा और वो आपको बार बार उकसाएगा कि आप ये ट्रेनिंग छोड़कर अपनी रेजिमेंट में वापस चले जाएं।
जिन लोगों को लगता है कि ये बेहद मुश्किल है, तो उन लोगों को अभी बहुत कुछ देखना बाकी है।
Okay, I thought they were going to
अगले
be
2 घंटों
crawling.
तक उन्हें पहाड़ी पर खड़ी चढ़ाई करनी होगी।
Just 3 hours. They got a lot more to go.
पहाड़ी
Yeah.
पर भारी भरकम वजन के साथ 10 किलोमीटर स्पीड मार्च काफी स्लो हो जाता है।
Yep. Adding weight immediately is going to make everything else so much rougher.
फिनिश लाइन तक पहुंचने में दिन निकल आया है। अब ये लोग अपने बडीज को नए नजरिए से देखने लगे हैं।
5 hours.
इन्हें अपनी दोस्ती की मजबूती का एहसास कराया जाएगा।
कैसे उठा रहा है ये?
I
लेकिन
will
इन्हें
say you do get like a bit more energy whenever the sun actually comes up, but dude, they were just doing 5 hours of miserable stuff at night. When you're struggling, that's one thing, but when you're struggling at night and you just like can't even see where you're walking, that's a whole nother thing. But you can see these guys are already like pretty knackered. I mean, their uniforms are super muddy. They started off with those rolls and everything, and then they had to carry a bunch of weight. So yeah, I'm sure their bodies are stressing right now.
स्पेशल फोर्सेस के उसूल पर टिके रहना होगा।
Oh, that's never
अपने
fun.
साथी को कभी पीछे नहीं छोड़ना।
I've never seen that sort of carry performed in the military.
ये 5वां घंटा है और जो वजन सहन करने लायक नहीं लग रहा, उसमें असल में वो सब कुछ है जो उन्हें मिशन के लिए चाहिए।
That sucks.
ये
Crawling with
वजन
weight
अभी
sucks.
और भारी होने वाला है। अब है वेट शिफ्टिंग। इसमें 1.18 किलोमीटर सर्किट के 3 राउंड लगाने होंगे।
It doesn't seem
हर
that long,
प्रोबेशनर
but
अपना 30 किलो का बैटल लोड और हथियार लेकर चलता है और साथ में हर राउंड के लिए और ज्यादा वजन। पहले राउंड में 20-20 लीटर
like a
के
video
2
game.
जेरी कैन्स,
that sucks. Jerry cans especially.
दूसरे राउंड में 60 से 85 किलो के ट्रक के टायर
Oh, no thank you.
और तीसरे राउंड में वुडन लॉग्स, जिनका वजन 30 से 80 किलो तक हो सकता है।
There's no easy way to carry a
क्या वो
log.
जवान जो एक एसएफ या कमांडो बनने जा रहा है, क्या उसके अंदर इतना सहन शक्ति का मादा है?
इन प्रोबीज को एनर्जी और पक्के इरादे के नए तरीकों को ढूंढना होगा। हर
Doesn't seem
राउंड
like
को
they're
पूरा
getting
करने
much
के
of a
लिए
break.
इनके पास सिर्फ 1 घंटे का ही वक्त है।
इतना वेट उठा के चल रहे हैं, इतना तो मेरा खुद का वेट नहीं है जितना ये उठा रहे हैं।
Not very easily, I'll say that.
ज्यादा लंबा ब्रेक लेने से उनके आगे बढ़ने की चाह खत्म हो सकती है।
कौन बैठा पीछे?
ज्यादा तेज चलने से उनके शरीर जवाब दे सकते हैं।
Okay, so I'm not sure if they're like working in teams or anything. It looks like it's kind of individual effort right now. So some people, I guess, okay, so I think what's happening is they have to carry certain things. So they have to do the circuit with one item, circuit with another item, and then just keep doing that over and over again. So 1 kilometer or like whatever, 1.18 kilometers doesn't seem like much, but regardless, when you're carrying anything, it just makes it so much worse. The pack is already heavy, they have their weapon, and then when you have things in your hands, that's so much worse because then your shoulders like really get like destroyed, your forearms, your elbows, everything just gets tired at that point. So it just sucks. Oh, dude, that tire.
टायरों को संभालना आसान नहीं है। कुछ के लिए ये वेट लिफ्टिंग है और कुछ के लिए ये गले पड़ी मुसीबत से कम नहीं। लेकिन नीचे रखने से पहले उन्हें अच्छी तरह सोचना पड़ेगा।
टायर ले जाते वक्त क्या नहीं बहुत मुश्किल लगा, वो तो पूरा हार्ड था। वो 1-2 बार तो मैंने
Yeah, I don't know what would be-
मैंने बहुत सोचा कि छोड़ दूं।
What would be easier?
ड्यूरिंग स्ट्रेस उसका विल पावर देखते हैं कि कितनी कोशिश कर रहा है वो।
Makes
लॉग्स
sense.
ने कुछ प्रोबीज के घुटने टिकवा दिए।
A log by yourself? Good grief.
80 किलो के लॉग्स को बडी की जोड़ियां उठा सकती हैं।
Okay.
बीच रास्ते में तो मैं सोच रहा था कि भाई छोड़ दो भाई, मेरे से बुरा हाल होगा। थोड़ा सा घर वालों को याद किया, माँ बाप को, भगवान को याद किया, भाई चलते हैं।
I kind of want to know what face paint they're using, because every face paint that I've used, like if I start sweating, if I just touch it slightly, it's like immediately gone. But their stuff seems to be lasting pretty well unless they're reapplying it over and over again. But that's just something I noticed. Their face paint is on point.
प्रोबीज की एनर्जी अब लगभग पूरी तरह निचुड़ चुकी है। वो 9 घंटे से बिना पानी और खाने के मशक्कत कर रहे हैं।
Their hands must be destroyed.
लकड़ी के लॉग्स और थकान का असर उन पर पड़ने लगा है। 3 प्रोबीज जख्मी हो गए हैं।
Weird
दल की
timing.
तादाद 16 से घटकर 13 रह गई है। उनके लिए अगला इम्तिहान है ट्रायल बाय वाटर।
Ooh.
प्रोबेशनर्स को 12 फुट गहरे टैंक में
Is it supposed to be green? Did they dye it that color? I hope it's not just like algae.
उतारा गया। बर्फ जैसे ठंडे पानी में सिमुलेटेड ड्राउनिंग से उन्हें सिर्फ जिंदा रहने लायक मामूली ऑक्सीजन मिलती है।
That's
इस
hard
टेस्ट
stuff.
से ये पता चलेगा कि क्या वो एक्सट्रीम स्ट्रेस झेल सकते हैं या नहीं।
Golly, that's rough.
यहाँ हार मानने का मतलब है सारी मेहनत पर पानी फिरना।
अभी हम लोग हाथ पैर बांध के पानी
Oh,
में
here we
सुखाते हैं।
go. Sheesh. So I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of swimming in general. I love being in the water, but like the whole simulated drowning stuff would really mess with you, especially if you're not comfortable in the water. If you're not like a comfortable swimmer, where you're used to planning your breaths out or breathing a certain way while you're doing certain swims. That drowning portion is really gonna mess with your head, especially when you're not used to it and you're already super tired. Like, geez, that'd be rough.
पता है कि कितनी देर बाद उसको निकालना है, उनको चेक करते हैं कितना बर्दाश्त कर सकता है उसको। इसका मकसद है उसका दिल से डर निकालना।
और जल्द ही प्रोबी नंबर 1 आखिरकार प्रोबेशन से अपने हाथ खींच लेता है। पैराट्रूपर बनने का उसका सपना पानी में बह गया। 11 प्रोबेशनर्स अभी भी टिके हुए हैं।
Still 20 hours to go. Oh, dude.
प्रोबेशनर्स पानी की एक बूंद के बिना 14 घंटे गुजार चुके हैं, लेकिन उनकी प्यास बुझाने के लिए ट्रेनिंग टीम ने उन्हें क्या दिया? गंदा दिखने वाला एक मिक्सचर जो शायद सीधे गटर से आया है।
That pool? Yeah, okay, yeah.
प्रोबेशनर्स ने एक बार फिर साबित कर दिया कि मरून बैरे के लिए वो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। ट्रेनिंग टीम सिर्फ उनके दिमाग से खिलवाड़ कर रही है।
Okay.
ये असल में जूस है जिसमें रिहाइड्रेशन सॉल्यूशन मिला हुआ है।
All right. That's one way to rehydrate.
अब जबरदस्त दबाव के तहत उनकी ऑपरेशनल टैक्टिक्स और ऑब्जर्वेशनल स्किल्स टेस्ट की जाएंगी।
All right, so we have something in the U.S. Marine Corps and the U.S. Army called the Kim's game, and that's basically like you'll go up to this. It's basically like a tarp or a sheet that's placed down on the ground, and you have a bunch of different, military items or just various items on it, and you basically go up to it and just study it for about 30 seconds to try and remember everything. You try and remember what sort of items were there, what kind of the description they were in, or what kind of condition they were in. You try to remember the sizes, so you try to remember as much as possible, and then you go do something like an obstacle course or maybe even like a hike, and then you come back and try to remember everything that you saw on that tarp or on the ground. And that's like one way to try and do stress inoculation, by really stressing your body out and see if you can think and recall all that stuff that you saw beforehand. But this is a whole nother level of what we're seeing right here.
उन्हें उन चीजों को याद करना है जो 8 घंटे पहले उनकी एक्सरसाइज में शामिल की गई थी।
Is he skating? What was that?
19 घंटे और बाकी होने के चलते मेडिकल टीम ने उन्हें हरी झंडी दे दी।
ठीक है।
10 किलोमीटर की एक और स्पीड मार्च हो रही है, लेकिन प्रोबेशनर्स बहुत भूखे और थके हुए हैं। वो और कितना बर्दाश्त कर सकते हैं?
What is that sling?
दिल को हम
Or
लास्ट
whatever
तक
that was.
बोलते हैं कि नहीं अब मेरे बस के नहीं है, लेकिन जो अपने दिल दिमाग घुटने को बोलता नहीं अभी मैंने चलना थोड़ा और वही सिलेक्ट होता है।
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
स्पीड मार्च के खत्म होने तक शरीर की एक एक कैलोरी खर्च हो चुकी है। अब खाने का वक्त है। ये शायद इन्हें अपनी जिंदगी का सबसे लजीज खाना लगेगा।
Okay. Okay, so I guess they might have like prepared some food beforehand, or they get like a certain ration passed out. But it looks like that food has been sitting around for a while. It looks like they have some eggs and whatnot. I thought it was gonna be like a ration or something, but I guess they would be pretty fortunate to get like a whole ration. So let's see what they're actually eating here.
खाना पेट में जाते ही नींद तेजी से हावी होती है,
Wasn't much.
लेकिन उन्हें जगाए रखने के लिए ट्रेनिंग टीम के पास ढेरों तरकीबें हैं। अगले 6 घंटों के दौरान उनके हौसले का कतरा कतरा निचोड़ लिया जाएगा, ताकि उन्हें मरून बैरे हासिल करने के एक कदम और करीब पहुंचाया जा सके।
I guess this would be like team building stuff right now. Oh yeah, they're super tired, huh?
स्ट्रेस फेज में 23 घंटे और 20 मिनट काटने के बाद प्रोबी कबीर ने हार मान ली। उसने नॉन पैरा वॉलंटियर फॉर्म साइन किया और प्रोबेशन छोड़ दी।
हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा दबाव डालने की कोशिश करते हैं जब तक कि कोई प्रोबी हार ना मान ले।
Yeah, I would
10
not want to
घंटे
be that
बाकी
guy.
हैं। 10 प्रोबीज बचे हैं। अब वक्त है एक और 10 किलोमीटर की स्पीड मार्च का।
All right, 10 hours left. They're basically zombies at this point.
29 घंटों से ना सोने की वजह से प्रोबीज कई मुश्किलों से जूझ रहे हैं, जैसे फोकस की कमी, याददाश्त कम होना, सुनने में दिक्कत होना और दिमाग और शरीर के तालमेल में गड़बड़ी। ऐसी मुश्किल मेडिकल कंडीशन में उनकी कॉम्बैट स्किल्स का असल टेस्ट लिया जाता है।
Okay, so the terrain honestly looks very similar to stuff I've seen and stuff I've worked with in like Georgia and North Carolina and even kind of Louisiana. But again, I don't really know how the climate is in India. I mean, it seems like it's generally warmer than most places, but I'm not actually sure. I saw when they were going in the water, they were like shivering and everything. So I'm not sure how cold or hot it is at this point, but it seems like the terrain is pretty similar to what I've seen, but I can't really compare it so much, especially when you don't know how cold or miserable everything is.
टाइम जो आपका ये जो नॉइज आ रहा है ये रात को दुगना हो जाएगा।
इन 5 घंटों में वो जंगल में अपना रास्ता बनाते हैं, आसपास के माहौल में घुल मिल जाते हैं, घात लगाते हैं, जाल में फंसते हैं, मैदान में जख्मी अपने साथी को संभालते हैं और स्ट्रेचर्स बनाते हैं।
That's the fun stuff right there. Some good training.
अब एक सिमुलेटेड इमरजेंसी वैक में उन्हें वापस ट्रेनिंग एरिया में जाना है, जो 2 किलोमीटर दूर है।
That sucks. Especially with the IV in him.
ज्यादा दबाव मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ को टेस्ट करने में दिया जाता है कि क्या कोई प्रोबी मैदान में सारे प्रेशर को झेलते हुए काम कर पाएगा या फिर वो हार मान लेगा।
इनमें बहुत
So there's usually 2 ways to do this. The person on the litter is either like the one who is showing the most effort and the most resiliency, the one who is doing the best, basically, or it's, you know, them trying to make an example out of someone who's being weak, and they're like, okay, because you're weak, you're going to be the casualty, and now all your buddies have to carry you. So that also goes with the team building. It's nice to reward the one that was, you know, trying the most, and he gets a little bit of a break. But if it's the one that was, you know, struggling the most, and now everyone has to carry him, you know, it might create some resentment in the unit. So that's just 2 ways to do it. I don't know how they did it here, but yeah, it's just something I noticed.
कम एनर्जी बची है और मेडिकल टीम कड़ी नजर रखती है। मुश्किलें खत्म नहीं हुई हैं।
लास्ट में बहुत बुरा हाल हो गया क्योंकि इतनी चढ़ाई थी कि हमें उठाया नहीं जा रहा था कि बंदे को कैसे उठाना स्ट्रेचर।
प्रोबीज वापस ट्रेनिंग एरिया पहुंच जाते हैं।
Okay. Uh-oh. They're almost done. Say
ये
almost.
36 घंटे के स्ट्रेस फेज का आखिरी घंटा है। जो बचे हुए 11 प्रोबीज अभी तक डटे हुए हैं, अब उन्हें कीचड़ में लथपथ होना है। 23 आदमियों ने भारतीय सेना के सबसे मुश्किल सिलेक्शन कोर्स के लिए अपना नाम लिखवाया। उनमें से कितने इसे पूरा करके मरूम बैरे हासिल कर पाएंगे? 35 घंटों से लगातार कोई ना कोई एक्सरसाइज करने के बाद वो थोड़ी झपकी लेने से खुद को नहीं रोक पाए।
What a way to finish. You'd feel like a badass though, for sure.
ट्रेनिंग टीम उन्हें ऐसा नहीं करने देगी और इस एक्सरसाइज के लिए उनकी पूरी ताकत निचोड़ लेगी।
All right. I wonder if they had to drink that water at the end too. Okay, that was freaking sick. Okay, so I guess most of this was about like the stress phase, and yeah, 36 hours for a stress phase. So you'll see like a bunch of different special forces have a similar thing. Like usually it'll be like a hell week, but basically the hardest part of the training. And sometimes it's at the beginning, sometimes it's towards the end, but it's literally just to see if you really want to be there. And yeah, of course, it's never going to be fun, especially when you're talking about paratroopers or especially special forces commandos. It's never going to be fun, never going to be easy. And again, it's just meant to test you. So we saw a lot of things that you would see with other units. So like carrying the logs, we saw that with the German KSK. The stretchers you'll see with like the British paras. And yeah, I mean, carrying stretchers, carrying anything heavy is going to be a part of it because that really weighs you down. Carrying like your backpack and going far distances, of course, that's always going to be a factor because it just goes to see how you can be as a team, staying with the team, see if you're going to be an issue, if you're going to start quitting on yourself, start quitting on your team. So there's a lot of stuff involved with that and a lot of mental mind games for sure. But this was really badass. Yeah, if you guys have any other recommendations, I see a few recommendations already showing up in my feed right here, but if y'all have any other recommendations for any other Indian units, definitely send them in the comments section. I'm more than willing to check it out because that was really sick. And again, the production quality was awesome. I mean, there weren't any English subtitles, but that's totally fine. I can't expect every video to have English subtitles or else I would just sound extremely pretentious. But we were able to figure out exactly what was going on just by how much they were suffering and everything they were doing. Again, it looked very similar to things that we've seen with other units, but yeah, awesome video. Thank you guys for recommending it. Again, keep sending those recommendations down in the comments section. I really do appreciate it. These are some very good ones. Again, we're getting close to Christmas, so if you guys want to send some more Christmas themed videos, that'd be cool too, and I'll try and pick out something that I can do for Christmas. I think that'd be a little special video that we could do. And again, I hope you guys are doing okay because we do have Christmas coming up, and with this whole COVID thing still going on, hopefully you guys can make some time to spend it with the family or something, or just do stuff like this. Just put up some funny decorations, might help lift your spirits or something. Hopefully this video helped as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. That is it for this video, so I will see y'all in the next one.